Hey guys, it's Kevin here. Hey, I wanted to make a quick video showing how to set up the new Cisco 9800 controller on VMware. Um, I need to move my controller over, so I figured it'd be a good time. Step one, you'll want to obviously download the software. So I download the OVA and the ISO. In the past, there's been some problems with the older versions where when you go to install the OVA, it can't find the ISO. So I have a little trick if that's still the case. I haven't installed the this version. It just came out a few days ago. So um, I download the OVA and then the ISO, um, and then upload the ISO file into my VMware. If I go into my storage here, I have a folder that I always just put ISOs at, so you can see I've already uploaded it here, but you can create an ISOs directory and then upload the file. So I've already done that. I also have the OVA, so let's go ahead and do create register VM. Create one from an OVA. Let's just do 9800.01. Select the file. So I select the OVA, obviously, for this part. Hit next. I am going to put it here. Then this is just a lab box, so it doesn't really matter. I am going to select my VM network. Now this one you have to set up a switch. If you haven't done this, for trunking you have to use VLAN 4095 or else it won't trunk. So I set all mine to trunk. Now you have to be careful. If you enable all of these interfaces, it will cause a loop on your network. So be very careful, especially if you're not in a lab environment in production. Select that. So I'm just going to let it do all the defaults. Hit finish. And then I'm going to click on it. It should be. I don't understand the way. Oh, sorry. It's still uploading the file. So we'll take a look. So in here you can see I have my VM network, which is my trunk. And what I've done is I've assigned it to be VLAN 4095. This means trunk in VM world. I don't know why they don't have just an option to be trunk. But if you want a trunk, you have to go VLAN 4095. So, normally your VLANs only go up to 4094. So that's just how they do it. Security, I actually have most of the stuff disabled. Promiscuous mode, MAC, so that it can actually communicate with other stuff, right? So VMware and like network virtualized functions are kind of, it's not really what it started out. It started out as like Linux and Windows servers, and now with network functions, you need things to talk. You need your VMs to talk to other stuff on the network, and it's not really meant to do that from legacy mode. So you have to disable some of the security features to get the network to work. So looks like it has copied the file up. It's working. It looks like it found the ISO. So again, on some of the older versions and like VMware 6.5, it won't find the ISO and you'll get stuck. It looks like with this 17.1 and this is VMware 6.7 update 3. It looks like it's working, so they figured it out. But you can't come in. If you do run into that issue where it says it can't find the ISO, you can come in here and hit edit. and you can connect your CD DVD, and then you just go to data store ISO here, browse for the file, right? Go to your ISOs, and then just select that ISO, and it'll boot up with it like that. But in this case, it looks like they've gotten over that bug or issue. All right, so it's going to boot up here. Let's see where my notes at here. So I have some notes, how I kind of set it up. Some of these Dave put together a real good guide. There's a couple other guides out there. I don't remember who posted them. So Dave's guide's pretty good. These are kind of my quick notes from all the different guides that I've seen. This gets you up and running where an AP will connect, right? And I'll paste all this in the description below. Also a link to 17.1 that just came out. So if you're watching this, there's probably going to be a newer version, and some of these things might have changed slightly. They've been making changes as we go. All right, so you can have it where I think you can connect an AP and do it over the wireless interface, or you can web into it and try to go through like a wizard. This guide is going to cancel the wizard, and we're just going to enable it via CLI. Oops, sorry. There we go. It looks like it's coming up. Cancel the auto wizard. I think I accidentally typed no instead of yes. All right, so now we're in it. Go into enable mode. Let's let some of this stuff kind of go through. So if you do a show IP interface brief, right, you can see these other interfaces are up. Ooh, that's not really good. Look here, edit settings. Yeah, these are connected here. So that's not good for default, because now, like I said, these things will loop. So let's go ahead and step one, let's go ahead and shut down interface 2 and 3. Another thing you can do is you could set those into different VLANs, right? So they're, essentially not connected, because there's no spanning tree on this 9800, right? And folks can argue if that's good or bad, but that's the way it is, and it doesn't look like they're going to change it. So this is very much like a switch or a router. Oops, show IP interface brief again. So those interfaces are down now. So yeah, you have to be very careful, because without the spanning tree, causes some kind of loop with the vSwitch, because there's no spanning tree on VMware vSwitch, or there's some caveats. You can enable spanning tree. I don't remember what the details are, but I do know that it'll cause problems here. So step one, let's set a host name, and then let's set the domain name. So host name, what did we say this thing was? 9800.01. IP domain name, WLANgeeks.com. Next on the list here, VTP if you want that. Create the management and client VLAN. So I'm going to do VLAN 70 for my management. Name, management, and then VLAN 80. We'll we'll say that's, what am I doing here? Guest. Okay, and then shut down VLAN 1. Okay, and then create your interfaces. So I'm going to no interface VLAN 1. No, sorry, let me just shut it down. And then I'm going to go into VLAN interface 70, and I'm going to give it an IP for this VLAN. Oh, sorry. IP address. No, shut that. Unlike the AirOS controllers, you don't need an interface in every single network that you want to have a WLAN on. Even if, in the AirOS, even if you didn't need a layer 3 interface, you weren't doing IP proxy or IP helper, if you will, you still had to put an IP. In this, you can just have a VLAN and bridge that WLAN traffic over. Alright, so shut down the interface, create it, and then we're going to want to put a default route, right? So should put that in there. I don't remember what my gateway is for this network. 70, maybe 254. No, see what it does. Oh, okay, yeah, so I did remember it. So it looks like it just took a second for that. I had to exit the interface before it would come up. Show IP interface priv. Okay, so yeah, VLAN 70 is up. And I can ping out. If your AP is on the same VLAN, your client's on the same VLAN, it shouldn't matter. But anyway, so all right, so secret, and then make an account. So I am going to do username admin priv 15, and then we need secret, and I am going to let's do YouTube. This is there we go. That should be good enough to make it happy. Okay. Let's hope I don't forget that. Let me put that as a note. YouTube. So there we go. All right. So let's do enable. Is that not working? Secret. YouTube. All right. What's on my list next here? VTY. All right. So line VTY. Now there's a lot of lines here. I don't know if you don't configure them, if they stay disabled. I go ahead and configure them all. Oops. What is that? Why is that not happy with me? Alright, so login, local, this will use those local accounts that you just set up. You can do logging synchronous too, so that your little error messages aren't so bad. I'll go ahead and do that for console, line console, what is that? Hold on, let me exit one. Console 0. Logging. So clear up our messages a little bit here. And then, all right, what's next? Set an AP. So this is really important, right? If you don't set this wireless management interface, if the controller, by default, I think it's on VLAN 1, right? So if the, oops, what the heck am I doing here? If the, what is this nonsense? Go away. If it isn't configured to listen on that VLAN and the AP start to ping it, I don't think you even see anything in the controller logs that the AP try to join. I think you can see it, error message on the AP itself if you console into the AP. But it's very important to set this wireless management interface. Wireless management interface VLAN 70 is what we want here. The next one is we're going to shut down the radios. Okay, so radio dot 11, come on. Two, 4, shut. Yes, I'm going to shut that down. 5, yes, I'm going to shut that down. So that we're going to shut those radios down so we could set the AP country code. Caps for the country code are required, I heard somewhere. So when you actually set this country code, it disables the GUI wizard. So if we would have tried to log into that IP address, we would have been hit with the wizard. Now the wizard is gone. So then let's go ahead and no shut these radios. Could we just leave 2.4 off? I heard that 2.4 is dead somewhere. Alright, so that's that. NTP server. Let's go. Let's do NTP server. I guess I probably could have found this ahead of time. I don't know. Let's pick one here. Server 2. Oops. I don't know why I copied that. Paste. Let's ping this. Okay. I guess I can do that. So NTP server 38.229.71.1. All right, that's that. And then let's confirm my interfaces are up. See, I should have done that before I tried to ping. I know they're good, so I'm going to skip that. Next, we need to create this key. Now, this key is you have to create this, or the APs won't join. This is going to be like a self-signed cert, if you will, for the APs to join the controller. So go ahead and type this in. Oops, this is not from the console, if I recall. BWLC key size 1024.48. Is that it? Nope. SHA 256. Password 0 U 2s. Now, I will say I've had to enter that a couple times. Sometimes it fails to run it. Let's see what happens here. I don't think it normally spits out that much stuff, but it looks like it probably works. So let's go ahead and do show access management, trust point. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so at this point, we should have an AP trying to join, and we should be able to web into it. So let's do that. 1070. Well, I would say that it's working, which it should be working at this point. However, that's not very impressive. Typically, I don't use Safari, so maybe it's a Safari issue. Let me pull up. Firefox. And then oops. What did I just do? Well, I guess it works in Firefox. It's not working well in my Safari, though. Anyway, so this is what it's supposed to look like. You can see this AP has joined. I've had issues in the past where the AP won't join correctly, and I have to go like paperclip it. Sometimes I have to rerun that cert command. But yeah, so this is just as a basic setup. The AP or the controller is up. Make sure that you save your config, right? So you can do it from the GUI, or you can write mem. And there, that's it. It's up and running. Next step, you can go in and add some WLANs, and whatever VLANs, if you need to add VLANs for those WLANs. All right, thanks. Hope this helped.